Hello, I have been requested by a user on YouTube to create a tutorial on sending form data to the server using Ajax without page refresh. So that's what we are going to do in this tutorial. So uh, I have created a form and I have included all the fields a form can have. We have text field, radio buttons, checkboxes, and a select tag, and then we have text area, and we have a button which has the type button, input tag. This is not a submit button, and if you are going to use the snippet I will create in this tutorial, be sure that this is not a submit button because that will submit the form. And we can avoid the default action, but that's a bit advanced, and I'm not very good at that either, so we won't go there. So let's start. Let's see how it looks on our host home page and test. So this is how it looks. It doesn't look very good, but this is almost all the fields I guess a form can have. I'm just gonna put a BR here just to be safe. So before we can get before we can send the form to the server, we need to get the values from this form. So that's what we do. First of all, we will create a script tag and script slash script, and in this script tag we are going to make an object. Okay, we will call it Ajax, and we will have a function in this Ajax. We'll call it init, the initializer that will get the variables. This function will not send the request. This will simply get the values from the form. And in this function we pass two values. First of all, the name of the form and the URL where this form data should be sent. We will also include two more fields, two more um, properties. First one URL, and then second one will be the content that will hold the content for us before we send the content. So these are two fields. So in it will I have added the event handler. We will call our ajax.init function, and we will pass the name of the form, which is f underscore 1, and the name and the URL, which is http localhost slash test slash ajax.php. This file, we will create this file in a bit, and this will just show us the content that this for other server received. We will use the get in this tutorial, get request or http request method. So we will create a local variable form and assign it null initially again, and then we are going to see if there is any format document dot. We cannot put name like this. We access it like associative array. We can do this in JavaScript. You can access properties like this. So this just mean check if this is not undefined. If this is undefined, the form will have undefined, and if statement won't execute this block. So in that case, we know that we cannot find the form with that name, so we will alert the user cannot find the form with the name, and we will provide the name so user can see what the name was. Save. So in this part we have our form object. This object can be used to get all the values from our form. So to get the values, there is a property called elements. Properties, an array of elements form has. So we will have all the elements in our var ele. This ele is array, so we can loop through each element inside it, using var I equals ele dot length -1 and I is greater or equal to 0. We will go from top to bottom, I minus. So we will go from this input button to the first text field that we have. And when we talk about uh, radio button and check boxes, we need to see if they are checked. So we will do that first. If element I dot type equals checkbox and the same thing, control C or control V and radio button, which is radio, then we are going to see if element I, every checkbox and checkbox and radio button has a object has a property called checked. This property is true if the element is checked. If it is not, then it will be false. So if it is checked, we will create two more content equal empty string and var flag equal null or false first. So I will tell you what flag is. You should know that before the format of sending the content to the server is something like this. Let's see, we have the name of the variable, then we have its value, and then we put and to separate the name and value pair we just created, and we put the second name and its value, and then we put and. So that's why I used flags. So we can see if flag, this means we need to append the content. We will content plus equals, and we put the and sign in between the content. So if ele I dot checked, if it is checked, append our content and add plus equals ele I dot name, and we will put equal also, then plus, and ele I dot value for its value. Save, and we will assign our flag true, so we can put an and as we just added a new pair. So so we handled our checkboxes and radio button in this block, and in the else block we will just get the name and value as we did here. Control C and control V. Save. So that's it. We if the element is not checkbox or radio button, we just get its name and value like this. Because and if you want to check if it is an empty string, we are not verifying the content in JavaScript. You can do it in on the server, because that's better. So till here we should get our content, and we see that by simply alert content, so we can see we got it. Go back here, put some content, click some buttons, and Asia, America, Europe, something like that, and you can see we got the name and value pairs. We have click is the name of this button and click is the value, and we put and in between about and fs2 and the values here of about. Continent is Europe, and you can see we have music. We will send the data, you can get the idea from there. So we have our content that we need to send. We will assign this dot, not this, ajax dot content equals content. So, and we will also assign ajax dot url will be equal to url that we passed here. Now we need to call the function, the method called ajax dot send form. We will create this function or method right now. Save, and